Hello, hello. Thanks for joining me for getting started with Google Calendar. This is just a quick, about 5-minute introduction to Google Calendar. So hold on to your seats. It's going to be a good one. So what you're looking at here is just a simple blank monthly calendar. And that's kind of the beauty of Google. Of course, it's free, which most people love, but it's very simple and straightforward. So that's the first benefit. The way Google works is it gives you a default calendar, and you can name that default calendar whatever you like using the settings and sharing option here. And you can change the color too. If you're a visual person or you want to use colors as labels, this comes in really handy, and I'll show you how. So first, if you have birthdays on your calendar, you could, of course, add those. If you have reminders, you can, of course, add those. And then if you have anything else that you would like to add, maybe you create content on a regular basis. Maybe you use project management software such as Asana. Maybe you're just wanting to stay on top of holidays. The possibilities are fairly endless, anything from your favorite sports team schedule to phases of the moon. So you can go crazy, but start small. I've used some very, very basic examples here. You see I've got some personal reminders in here. My content calendar is on brand, so to speak. It's purple to match the content that I'll be, the brand whose content I'll be creating. And this can come in very handy just if you're prioritizing things. For example, I know that I need to look at anything purple before I'm worrying about anything maybe blue or green. It's kind of a great way to set priority automatically in your calendar. So that's the first thing. You definitely want to use some type of label. That's my first tip. Whether you're using color, whether you have separate calendars for separate things, you want to make sure that the first thing you do is just organize your events, your meetings, your reminders, your tasks in a way that makes sense to you. So the second tip is to get familiar with keyboard shortcuts. There are plenty and you don't need to know them all. But for example, I'm in the month view right now. If I want to see my week, I can just type W on the keyboard. And Google is great about keeping it very simple. Some hotkeys, usually you have to do maybe a control or something like that with the letter, and remember a weird letter that's not necessarily associated with your command. But no, Google makes it very simple. Just press the W for week, press the T for today. If you want to create a new event, you can press C for create. And it's very, very straightforward. So tip number one, definitely label to organize. Tip number two, get familiar with at least those basic keyboard shortcuts just to make your life easier. And then you also can set defaults in your settings. So I'll go back and show you how to get to settings. But while we're here, things like notifications. If you always want a 1-day reminder or a 1-hour reminder, you can set that by default. If you always want your events to go to a specific calendar, have a certain label, that sort of thing, you're going to want to head over to your settings. And I'm going to close this out to get over there. And that's this little gear icon over here. And then when you get to settings, you'll see that you could set all of these very cool defaults to make your life easier and automate things. Whether or not you want to see weekends, for example, if you need to know your week numbers, that possibilities are endless, and we're coming up on 5 minutes. So the one that I really want to highlight is if you're working with people in different time zones, you can then set that time zone. And when you're over here in your week or your day view, even you can see that. Don't get confused if you're in the month view, it will disappear. But if you're in the week or the day, you can see that as well. So that's a great way to just kind of get all of your information in one place. You can add everything from your project management software tasks to your CRM tasks for sales. So that's a great place to start. Just remember to start small and start simple. Thanks.